Hello, everyone. I hope everybody's having a good night. And if you are in northern Michigan, if you're seeing the northern lights, it was pretty awesome. I wasn't able to actually see it with my physical eye because we were kind of like more in the green area, but me and my wife did get some pretty cool pictures. But if we were a little bit more up north, we would have actually seen it with our physical eyes. So shout out to my northern folks. But anyway, I'm gonna get started on your reading. What I felt led to go towards was what is blocking you from your purpose. And I kind of recently I was actually listening to a reading and just kind of felt like I got reminded of my purpose was just to be like a light and like a healing person to others out there and sharing the wisdom and growth that I've gone through. And it just kind of helped to remind me of my purpose. So this is kind of where I got the reading from, because it did kind of show me some of like blockages I might have had. So maybe there's some blockages, not allowing you to fully go after your purpose. So that's what I felt led with. So we're going to get started. So I already pre-shuffled. So, and then we have those cards. Oh, sorry. I bumped my mic. So we have 6 cards for what is blocking you from your purpose. And then we have 4 tarot cards for advice. And then I decided to get some oracle cards from this deck that I have. I got 4 of them here just for some encouragement. So got a pretty good substantial amount of cards. So let's go ahead and get started with the first one. So the first card is the High Priestess. And this is one of the major arcanas. And so this card is all about intuition and feminine energy. Very like nurturing kind of person. Obviously it doesn't matter the gender, but anyway, so you could potentially not be listening to your intuition, or potentially like what your higher self is wanting to tell you currently. Your inner voice of your intuition could be kind of very like faint and silent right now. And I feel like that could be what is blocking you from your purpose, because I feel like your higher self is wanting to kind of talk to you about your purpose. And you could be needing some like inner child healing potentially. I think that you are definitely open and capable of listening to your intuition. It's just something is blocking it for some reason. Which the 2 other cards that I got definitely explains why your intuition and your inner voice is kind of being more dimmed down and silenced. We have the 6 of Pentacles reversed, and what this talks about is you definitely do have pure intentions. Like you really generally just like you have a lot of generosity in you and compassion. But there could be something referring to your inner child healing where I think generally your expectations are to give without receiving, but there's something within you that there could be some sort of like, how do I say this? Like the pure intentions are there, but there could be something here where like you might be giving and wanting something in return. And sometimes people can't always give that to you. You can't expect somebody to give just because you give. And it's nothing against you. It's nothing against who you are as a person. I think that some people just aren't capable of like giving. So, sorry, fixing my hair. I'm fidgeting with it. Anyway, so I think maybe, and I'm getting something else on the flip side here. You could be also giving too much to people and not giving enough to yourself. So the third card we got definitely explains why potentially your intuition isn't speaking as loud as it used to. But we have the Devil. And the Devil talks about potentially addiction. Now, it doesn't have to be addiction to any substances. I mean, it could. But there's some sort of dependency potentially on people or things or instant gratification, possibly. Yeah. And it's making you feel powerless, whatever is you're being dependent on, whatever you are kind of like, how do I say this? Yeah, I mean, and I think that's kind of why potentially, like, if you're kind of in the route where you might have some codependency tendencies, you know, giving without expecting something in return. So definitely what I'm feeling with this is like these first three cards is all talking about healing within yourself. Because nobody can fill that void, and addiction most definitely cannot fill this void. And I feel like you're like in this powerless, like feeling powerless, like you're like stuck in this cycle. And it feels never ending. And it almost feels familiar. And you're dependent on it because of the familiarity of it, if that makes sense. Like if you were to step out of that cycle, it would definitely feel very uncomfortable because it's something you're used to. Potentially you might be a people pleaser. And just really dealing with substances. Now, it doesn't have to be like alcohol or anything like that, or drugs or whatever. But anyway, it could. But like, I feel like you do have the potential to be this high priestess here. And I just think that like the high priestess was made to be very tapped in to their intuition, you know, very feminine energy. And when I say this, I'm not referring to gender, but you know, just very like confident, knows when something's wrong, and knows when to change things up when something doesn't feel right. Okay. And I feel like if you tackle these things here, the cards, the three cards that came up here, we got the Five of Wands reversed. So the Five of Wands reversed. Now this could have caused conflict in the past when you kept kind of like in this cycle. But what this Five of Wands reversed is talking about, there's like this end of conflict when I feel like you actually kind of do that inner healing that you need and you face these things. Yeah, like there's going to be more of a harmony and a balance with things. Like you're going to feel more at peace with things. And you could have avoided conflict in the past, like avoided conflict either with other people or within yourself. And I really feel like when you step out of that cycle of just avoiding and continuing to avoid, you're going to find that peace and harmony that you need. And you could even have some sort of agreements with other people, maybe reconciliation with other people, you know, the end of conflict with other people, or just yourself. Okay. All right. So we got the World. That's our next card. The World. Yes. So yeah, completion, achievement, fulfillment, sense of belonging, wholeness, harmony. So yes, again, I feel like you have this potential, and I kind of feel like the High Priestess and the World kind of go together. Yeah, because she does, well, he, she, they, them, has a sense of fulfillment and a sense of belonging and wholeness and harmony within themselves when they choose themselves instead of, you know, being that people pleaser or avoiding things by covering them up with some sort of band-aid or whatever. And I feel like with all this, the Ace of Wands, again, this talks about you're going to gain that creative spark again within yourself. You could have felt like, you know, whatever you created, it could have been, you know, artwork, could have been music, whatever creative thing that you might have originally had like this, like so much like inspiration towards. I feel like that's going to come back. Or you could be getting into like a new passion that feels like really like right for you. But yeah, this all talks about, like with the Ace of Wands, talks about inspiration, enthusiasm, energy. So I feel like you're going to really have like that energy to either return back to whatever creative spark that you once had, or potentially a new passion. So that's what I'm getting with the tarot for what it could be blocking your purpose. So now we've got 4 cards for advice. So we're going to get into those. Okay, so we got the 8 of Pentacles. So I feel like Spirit is really encouraging you to just kind of, what's the kind way of saying this? Like, to just, I think that you might be wanting things to just get right to, like, you could have a hard time wanting to put in the work because you just want to get right to the good things. But what Spirit is encouraging you is to basically, like, hey, this is going to take some time. This is going to take some work. Playtime will come later. And I think that right now that you will, like, I feel like you need some proper discipline right now. And when you do put in that proper discipline, your skills will improve, whatever creative spark that you're pursuing. Okay, so we got the Lovers coming up again. Well, not again. Jesus. For advice. And I kind of feel like before making a choice, I feel like it's very important to kind of tap into your intuition, because I feel like once you kind of get rid of those blockages and those distractions, I feel like you will be able to kind of more tap into your intuition or higher self or spirit. I mean, whatever you believe in. I mean, it's none of my business, but I feel like you should definitely kind of tap into that and see what you need to do before making any harsh decisions or making any decision in general. You could have a person in your life that really gives good advice. So just throwing that out there. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner, although it does say the lovers. So it could be a partner, or it could just be a family member or a friend that gives good advice. But anyway, then for advice, we've got the Star. So yes, so this will take time and patience. I think you need to just be patient with yourself, patient with the process. This does talk about hope, feeling that like renewal of hope in your life again. And I feel like this will be like a new chapter for you. And you know, looking back in the past, yes, stuff was really rough. Like whatever was bad will definitely be made good. Everything will always turn back around, especially when you get this Star card, because reversed, this Star card means you've lost hope. And that's what you felt like in the past, but it's upright. So hope and, renewal will come back around. It's coming up. Just because things were bad in the past doesn't mean that things can't be good again. So the last card for advice is the Nine of Cups. And this talks about surrendering. So you could be needing to surrender just to the process, surrender to the divine. I mean, whatever you feel necessary to do. And I think that during this time of being patient and kind of going through everything, just to be grateful, just like be happy about the little things that happen. Just be grateful and thankful and just enjoy this time, because this is where things will move in a pivotal way. When you learn how to be grateful in the rough parts of it, when you're trying to be patient and manifest whatever it is in your life, your purpose. So, okay, let's look at these oracle cards. Okay, so this is kind of like encouragement, I guess, or just kind of like little things that you might just need to know for right now. But we've got the Sweet Oblivion, uncertainty. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it wrong. Uncertain. I'm just gonna say uncertain, because when I say the full word, I sound fucking crazy. Okay. Fate, humor. So yeah, humor. You could just need to kind of let loose and quit taking things so seriously. A fate kind of basically means whatever is supposed to happen will happen. And you're feeling uncertain because, sometimes when we're pursuing our purpose, we can feel uncertain in the midst of it. But the fact that you're feeling uncertain means that you're doing something right. You are facing your fears and just being a baddie. All right. I got to show you this card. It's so cool. It looks like they're just chilling. Maybe lighten up. I love that. Anyway, so it says, "It's okay. I don't know what I'm doing either." Okay, let me see if you can see that. Isn't that cool? Like, they just chillin'. Okay, so the next card I'm getting is blessings and curses. Psyche, self-love, beauty. Okay, so this is actually very beautiful. So this card kind of talks about embracing the light in dark things, like the good things about you and your flaws about yourself, learning to embrace both of them. Because without the both of them, you know, you can't grow. So, all right, anyway, this is what it's saying. Do not be ashamed, not of your thorns or of your flowers. So yeah, I really feel like this is encouragement for you to kind of just embrace just being you, because we're human and no one's perfect. Like, I feel like the first two cards really represent of just kind of laying back, letting loose, and just kind of letting things flow. Basically, like with the tarot card that we got, the last one, I think it was, what was it? The Nine of Cups. Surrendering to this process, surrendering to the divine, surrendering to just who you are, and not being, like, I kind of feel like maybe you were a perfectionist and a people pleaser. And you're learning to just surrender to not being perfect. And you know what? If people want to join, cool. If not, then there's the door. I'm sorry. Anyway, so, which is actually funny, I said that because the next card I'm getting, and by the way, what's really cool about this card is it says 3-3. So you could be seeing 3-3-3 on the clock. And I'm trying to remember what that angel number is talking about. It could be like new beginnings, possibly. Definitely don't quote me, but go on ahead and if you are seeing 333, go on ahead and look it up on Google, just the angel number. It could be significant. But anyway, what this song, not song, Jesus. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Anyway, what this card is saying is grow together, community, connection, reciprocation. Okay, so you could be needing to find people that you connect with and inspire you. So, find those who inspire you to bloom. So, and I'm really focused on this word, the reciprocation. So you could have had like friends in the past where it was mainly you kind of giving to the friendship or the connection, and it just didn't feel like you were on like the same level of connection, because you are a very spiritual being. You are a very like tapped into, you know, your heart chakra, your crown chakra, and you just like to connect with people on a different level than most people. And I think that's why you kind of feel like you haven't found your community or somebody to connect with. Because it takes a special person who is kind of like on the same wavelength. So Spirit is encouraging you that you will definitely, you'll definitely find your community of people. It could be referring to your purpose that you're going after, or it could be for a potential like soulmate or person. Okay, and the last oracle card we're getting is the Portal, Adventure, Ancestors, Calling. Okay, here we go. This is the purpose one. And there was a reason why I brought my book out. I knew I was going to be needing to read a card, and this is it. What this card is saying is, are you ready? If that isn't like the willow tree off of like Pocahontas, I forgot what the I forgot what the person was called, but anyway, it was the tree. She was talking to Pocahontas. That's kind of what it reminds me of. I love that movie. So yes, let's read this. I feel like this is very significant. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, and what I really like about this is it says adventure. You kind of like stepping out of your comfort zone and not being so like in a box. Ancestors could have something to do with it, so potentially your ancestors, maybe somebody who has passed on has been trying to get your attention. And calling, which makes sense, your purpose, that's what we're asking about in this reading. And I think that's cool. Like, this card says, are you ready? Like, look, like this person right here is just like right there talking with her ancestor, and this here is her calling. You know, he, she, they, them, don't matter. Either or. I feel like they're about to step into their calling and their purpose. So let's read this. Okay, let's read this portal here. All right, adventure, ancestors, calling, can place and see. So this is something, this essentially could be what Spirit is trying to tell you. Or this could be something you can say to yourself to kind of manifest. But what this is saying is I am exploring the callings of my soul in new beginnings. So let's read this. The portal card is a positive omen that a loving and powerful spirit or ancestor is guiding you, or trying to. Okay. They've assisted you many times before as signs, synchronicities, dreams, gut intuitions. They have even come briefly into your life through other people. They seek to help you into a new phase. Ooh, love this. Familiar whispers in the night have led you into the forest. You've received many gifts lately to aid you. You have a compass and map. So the compass is the heart, and the map is the mind. Just to let you know. To navigate with a lantern. So the lantern is the connection with Spirit. To light your way, a journal. So the journal is growth and vision to learn from. And your trusted friend. I always think this is weird every time I read this, but this could be significant for someone, maybe. I don't know. And your trusted friend, Mr. Spidey the Spider. Can you spot him? So it doesn't have to be, I don't know. I always think that little snippet is like weird, but whatever. It could be significant to the viewer that's on here, but anyway. He will stay close and keep an eye out. He will warn you when you are being too risky or naive. You have a curious spirit, and you must never be ashamed of that. The callings we feel and the desires we hold also desire to be realized. These mysteries chose you, and they are seeking you. Will you seek them too? A tree gently asks you. You realize this tree is your ancestor. Oh my gosh, I called it. I called it before I even read it. Yeah, because like when I was looking at this card here, I was like, oh yeah, that's totally the ancestor. Suddenly, the roots of the tree untangle and create an opening, a deep portal swirling with magic and possibility. As the wise tree says, I know of a place where you might find what you don't know you are searching for. You are looking for something, and something is looking for you. Are you ready? She smiles. She already knows the answer. You already know the answer too. Stay grounded in who you are. This card has an energy of soul longing and yearning. If you felt a calling for something else, listen to it. Perhaps you are holding back because you're too comfortable with what is familiar and known. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. The synchronicities. Oh my god, that's confirmation right there. Oh my god. Embrace the unknown. No risk, no magic. If you don't cross the threshold, you will never know. Oh my god. Why am I getting so excited for you? Whew, I feel the feels. I'm getting warm for some reason. Jeez. Okay, so here's some advice here. Connect with your guides or ancestors. Say a prayer of gratitude for the times they've appeared in your journey. Engage in spiritual solitude. So like solitude could be like prayer, meditation, etc. Whatever you believe in. And light a candle for them. Offer a crystal to channel energy through. Keep it near, late at night, or before dawn. The veil is thin and your chances are heightened. Ask for a sign, seek patterns, and listen with your soul. You are capable of connecting with these loving and metaphysical beings who protect and guide. Oh my gosh. Holy smokes. That reading was way more powerful than I expected. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, hopefully that helped whoever is listening in, and I'm sending you all of the love and the good vibes, and for some reason, I can't contain my excitement. I'm not really showing it, but I feel it. Like, I feel like I could just, like, run outside. I don't know why. So maybe you could be feeling that. But anyway, all right. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you for the next reading. All right. Love you guys.